Hi everyone, Kristy Coromandel here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this thank you so very much greeting card featuring Stampin' Up's Butterfly Gala stamp set. And the technique that's going to be demonstrated here is 2 ways to use your Stampin' Blend markers. So let's get started. To start with, you're going to need a piece of the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper pack, and I've got the Lemon Lime Twist colour here, and this piece here measures 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 5/8 of an inch. You're also going to need a standard ruler, and I have my Stampin' Blends here. I've got a dark Daffodil Delight and my light Calypso Coral. Now, your Stampin' Blends can be used for multiple different purposes. They don't have to be used just purely for colour. So with the Stampin' Blends today, I am going to use as to draw lines on. So I'm going to use the bullet tip on the end and in vertical lines, just through the centre of the white. I'm just going to line that up. I'm just going to eyeball it really and draw lines straight from top to bottom. Now, I prefer to start off my paper and then on it. That way I'm not getting like blotches of ink where I'm putting my pen down before I start and then take it off as well. Like you can see here how the pen has got that dark splotch right there from when my ink has come in contact with my paper. So to avoid that, I'm just going to start off and go back down again. I'm going to keep going until I finish the whole side. So next I'm going to turn my cardstock to its side, and I'm going to do the same thing again using my bullet tip, but this time using my light Calypso Coral blend. So I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 1 inch by 3 1/8 of an inch, and my greeting is coming from the Butterfly Gala stamp set. Got the thank you so very much already mounted to my clear block, and I'm going to ink that up in my Memento black ink. Next, I'm using my dark Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blend. I've got my brush tip this time, and I'm just simply going to colour over the top of my greeting just to give it something different. So make sure that you have stamped your greeting in Memento black ink if you're going to use a Stampin' Blend over the top. Next, I have a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I have my large butterfly. Now, in a previous video, I showed you how to cut your small and your large butterfly apart. This one, I'm actually going to put them both together. So I'm going to stick my large one on first, and then because I've only just snipped across the bottom here, I'll be able to join that on where the snip marks are on the large butterfly, like so. And then we're going to ink this up 3 times, actually 2 times, using my Memento black ink. I'm going to colour my 2 butterflies using my dark and light Highland Heather Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to start with my dark first, just to colour in. And because it's such a tiny area, I am going to use my bullet end, and I'm going to use the flicking technique. Next, I've got my duet butterfly punch, and I'm going to cut these out. Now, the easiest way to do that is to line it up with your punch upside down so that you can see your butterflies in through the window. And when you're happy, punch it out. Okay, so I've noticed now that I've cut my butterflies out that I have forgotten to stamp the stem or their bodies. So I'm going to just do that now using my Memento black ink. This is easier to you do it before you cut them out. But anyway, we will improvise. Just one more element here. Got my Starburst punch and a scrap piece of vellum. Just going to punch one of those out. And now we're ready to assemble our card. So I have with me my card base, which is made from lemon lime twist, which is 8 1/4 by 4 1/8 of an inch, and then scored in half at the 10.5 centimeter mark, and folded in half. So now I've got my pattern paper that we've already put our lines on, so I'm going to stick that directly down to my card base using whatever adhesive you prefer to use. I'm going to place my scallop circle just there, my starburst. I'm not going to glue it down just yet, but I have my piece of flax ribbon here that I want to place across my cardstock there. So to hold my ribbon in place, I'm going to use some tear tape. I'm just going to put a piece just in the center, and I can stick that straight over the center of my scallop. All right, and now I can stick my scallop down. So I'm going to put my adhesive behind my ribbon so that it is to hide it. I'm going to stick that towards the top third. I'm going to stick my greeting down by using some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back and just center that over the top of my ribbon and my scallop, like so. And I can now trim my ribbon edges. So I'm using a pair of ribbon scissors. Like so. And my butterflies I'm going to pop up using some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put one down here. Use my mini dimensionals for my little butterflies. Stick one about here. Another one over. Well, I might not dimensional that one. Let's just maybe use adhesive. We'll stick him on the edge of the greeting there. Doesn't need too much popping up. And I don't think I need that other large butterfly, so we'll leave that off. And lastly, I'm using my metallic sequins and my glue dots to adhere some sequins to my card front. And there's our card all finished. Thank you for watching.